Jong. Okay, so this is about, I want to say it's been about a bit over a year now since I purchased this 2010 Highlander. Two-wheel drive with the tow package on it. Now, for it, I forget, all the tow package gets you is this additional cooler radiator. Yeah, that thing. It's additional coolers, all it is. We got this with about 130, actually 98,000 miles from when I purchased this. Is what the miles were on this when I did my initial purchase, and it's been about a year and some days. And through the snow, cold, and heat, it's held up pretty well. Now, well, I've done some small oddities to it. I added these to help me navigate the basically. So this just so I don't have to keep on looking back. I can also look down as well. Helps with trying to find where the lines are at if you're not paying attention. And I also added third brake light, because you can never have too many brake lights. Never enough brake lights. Never enough brake lights. And yes, I do support the right to arm bears, always. I'm gonna get in now. I think I'm weird. Oh God! Alright. But about, let's say 90,000, 98,000 miles on the odometer, which is the lowest miles I've ever had on any vehicle I've done. Now, upsides, I have managed, I kid you not, after about week 2, I used all 7 seats to take me and some buddies to go to the pool. I'm gonna lock my doors now. This is a creepy white lady coming up here. But I did that. This thing is taking me all the way to and from Columbus, Ohio, so I could do my additional training for my other job. And this car sat. It sat and did not cut on in Columbus, Ohio winter. Covered in snow. I came back and started it up 3 weeks later. Right up. It's still on the original factory battery as well. Also, I just came back off of a mission where I left this car for about 5 weeks. 5 weeks sitting in both warm and cold weather of May 2020, dealing with this COVID nonsense. Well, from April into May now. I have not touched this thing. It fired right up. Yes, the tire felt a little bit wonky, because, you leave a car sitting for a while, the tires are going to lose pressure, especially when the temperature goes up and down and up and down. But now I am enjoying this, though. It's a 2010 Highlander. Alright, I'm going to talk about some stuff I have done to it. Well, this is one thing, done matching the... I took the Walmart budget, alright? I did do one thing, too. I kind of covered everything that's chrome. I'm going to plastic dip it at some point, or Sharpie over it, because the issue is, this is a con right now, these will reflect sunlight right into my eyes. I ride this thing at its lowest setting on the driver's seat, this way it feels more like a car, which, depending on who you're arguing with, it's a wagon. I don't care what no one says. Sport utility, a crossover vehicle. It's a wagon. Quit being afraid of calling it what something is. I don't call a Toyota Corolla a full-size sedan. I don't call a first-gen Highlander a sport utility vehicle. It's a freaking wagon. Get over yourselves. But no. On the lowest setting, it rides and drives like a car, like a Camry. Because it is a Camry, technically. K-platform. Whoop. So that was an annoyance. The heat still works amazing. The ice, the cold works amazing. Everything is still simple and bare bones tactical. this light up here when it's on at nighttime, when you cut your nighttime lights on, there's like a little light that illuminates down here. It's practical. It works. Aside from my exterior additions, the only other thing I have done, I've added a drop-in box K&N filter just so I can get more air to the system. Again, if you want to argue about that, you're going with the colder intake. I know what I can use this car for. Daily, back and forth, and fun. I'll get into the topic of fun in a second. But for what this is, you can't beat this. For stuff like I think 11 grand, I'm still paying. I didn't outright buy it. I'm not rich. But for a 2010 Highlander, and if you just need something that just gets you there, you have to bring kids, a kid, people, supplies, whatever. This will get you there. Also, the tow package too. You with that additional cooler and some other add-on I'm forgetting, it's slipping my mind right now. I want to say, I'm not going to say the transmission's beefed up, but you have the additional cooler. There's something else done to it. I can't think what it is. But this thing is rated. This is front-wheel drive. I did not want all-wheel drive. I made sure I had good tires and a knowledgeable sense of how to play in the snow, so I know what my vehicle does, how it reacts in slippery climates. But it's two-wheel drive. It's automatic. Boo-hoo. Fuel economy is fuel economy. I've been driving kind of on highway, and I've not been driving right at the speed limit. Some cases I have gone to Mexico and come back from Mexico. And the fuel economy will show on that, but I'm okay with that. Because this is a V6 motor. It's straightforward. If you drive conservatively, you will get 4-cylinder numbers cruising around town and on the highway. If you drive and indulge in it, you will get what you get. Now, another issue I have had recently was my camera did the same thing where I have two of the keys for it. I swapped them back and forth a few times, and it calls for basically only two of the doors. Well, three of the doors would lock, but the driver's side wouldn't. And I had to manually open it and close it, and it wouldn't open or close it when I hit the button on the thing. That may be a Toyota issue. That's an all-around every modern vehicle issue. It's news to me. But this car is simple. I still have a freaking dipstick to the transmission. Why is that important? Because it means I can actually drain and fill the transmission my doggone self, and not to try to do some weird stuff where I got to lift up the front or drive up on ramps, crank the wheel over just so I can see how much is in the transmission. I don't have to do any of that. This is still simplicity at its best, and I like that. I mean, I'm going to try to give you a full view of this thing because I already know things a bit of a hot mess in here. There's your back seat. Say the biggest amount of load I've had in here, I say about it's been about honestly maybe 5. Oh no, I had a dresser in here, a long dresser, so I had to fold down the back seats and everything. Had that in here. But alright, I'm gonna hop onto the subject of fun. This car is fun in its own right. When I say fun, it handles like a sedan instead of what it is, a tall wagon. I said it because the backwards I've been on basically switchbacks where from a distance it looks like it goes straight, but it actually swerves back and forth and then goes straight again. So all you're seeing is like basically you see straight road, a dip, and that's where the turns are at, and then you see more road. I've been on that, and I've taken those corners going 40 miles an hour when the speed limit was like 20 or 30, what have you. And it was fun. This is a vehicle where if you need reliability to get there and get back in one piece, maybe bring some people, maybe tow a trailer, this is the vehicle for you. Now, depending on the weather and what your definition of fun is, I would consider autocrossing just because what is the worst that can happen? I've pushed this thing to the limits of going around corners to where I've had this thing basically all the way out here, just taking corners and basically swinging back and forth like that. I've taken some pretty hard corners going pretty quick just to test my limits with this, and I feel like I can keep pushing it. These are the only thing I've changed on it, like I say, I've done is change the tires. I went to General Grabber tires all seasons because I like how they look and I know what I'm doing when I drive in the snow. And I have more tire meat than I have rim, which I'd rather have that instead. But for something that's all round, simple, and just works, you can't beat this. My real complaint I can say I do have is that it's too good at what it does. It's too good at what it does. Some days I will get in here, I don't think, am I even driving some days? It's too good at what it does. My maintenance issues I had that when I purchased up to a few months ago was there was vibrating in the steering wheel, which this vehicle does give amazing feedback for the road. I thought it was the rotors, but I went against my better judgment and replaced everything else. So I ended up replacing both front and back calipers, replaced the back rotors, which helped, and then replaced the front rotors. By the way, this is twin piston up front rotors, but single piston in the back. Now, for the enthusiasts out there, this is on a Camry platform. So if you want to make a performance Camry, take the calipers off this thing and put them on your Camry. You make your Camry stop faster. Camry. I feel like if I had a V6 Camry, I would have kept it longer, but this is just more fun. And plus, it's a simple key. There's no push button start. There's no one more thing to brake on this. It's straightforward. And you can turn off the traction control in the rain, and the tires will spin. What's my fuel comment? Again, this is with me. This is through an entire week. That's the maintenance ready light. So how you get rid of that, basically, you do what I just did right now, but you hold this button down at the same time. It can't be done with like, I'll basically have to hold the camera over here and let it just sit somewhere. And that's all you hear. This car is amazing at what it does, and I love it. And I hate it at the same time. It's too good at what it does. But again, if you're looking for just something that's straightforward, back and forth, and will get you there where I've only changed oil. My next big change I'm going to do is I'm going to flush out the radiator system and personally do the transmission fluid myself, because I don't trust anybody else to do it. So, issues. Rotors. Because again, this is a fairly heavy vehicle. There's no getting around that. This is a heavy vehicle. I reckon that's why the rotors warped. They were already warped when I got this. So I just put this pair on once a couple months ago. I'll be the judge for how long they actually last. That's the tire sensor is broken. I'm not low on air. Well, I probably am. I still haven't put air back in it from when this thing was sitting for about 5 weeks, and I cut it back on. It cuts right on. Didn't skip a beat. This happened courtesy of Walmart and their lovely tire changing people. Thank you. But it's like, I got a digital thing. I know how to check my own air pressure. So, again, this is simplicity at its best. If you want something that just works, this is it. It's pretty quick. Coming from Mexico, I don't back down from any BMW. If I had my Grand Prix, I could vouch that to the fullest. Because, let's just say over here, where did we get to? We got to about just before 140. Coming from Mexico. And on the way to Mexico as well. Now, I will say the speedometer is off by about between 3 miles per hour. I ran a GPS speed thing as well, and they were off. I thought I was doing 70. it said I was doing 67, 66, somewhere around there. So I started basically just reading off the kilometers next. But yeah, speedometer is a little bit off. I apologize, this update has been a bit everywhere. That's just how my personality is. That's how I am as a person. And this just works. Unlike Fallout 76 at release. That's all I got for you. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please leave them down below in the comment section. And if you like what you've seen, like, comment, and share. And I will catch you later. I'm fairly active in the comment section as well. I'm not afraid to shoot back with anybody. Leave a comment down and hey, we'll see what happens. Take it easy. Enjoy your quarantine and stay safe out there. Wash your dang hands. Wear your face mask if you're required to do so by law in whatever state you're from. And that's all I got. Don't drive while holding a camera either. Goodbye.